So principle number 2 in the Your Money Consciousness home study course and in our seminars is that nature abhors a vacuum. Many of you have studied Napoleon Hill or Wallace Wattles or Catherine Ponder or even some of the more recent people who are in this inspirational business like Jack Canfield or Mark Victor Hansen have heard this quote before: nature abhors a vacuum. But what does that really mean? Well, there's evidence all around us that whenever there's a void or an emptiness in nature, nature rushes to fill it. So, for example, the tide goes out and then the tide comes in. That's nature filling a void. The seasons change. We go from winter to spring to summer to fall. And again, that's nature just doing its natural thing. Its cycle. It's refilling or replenishing the earth. We also have things like the sun goes up and then the sun goes down, but it always comes back up the next day. And then internally, in our own circulatory system, our heart is beating all the time. There's this natural flow to it, this natural replenishment to it. So when we tie that into money, it's very, very interesting. Most people, when it comes to money, refuse to create a vacuum, especially when things don't seem to be going our way. When money might be, quote unquote, a little tight, people tend to hold on to it even more. Well, guess what? That blocks the energy. That doesn't create a vacuum into which more money can flow. It actually prevents the flow of money. And there are all different types of examples of this. First of all, we have to create an internal emptiness. What does that really mean? That means we have to stop the drunk monkey that's running around in our heads, and we have to be very clear about what it is that we want. One of the most difficult things for many, many people to express is what it is that they want. They do tend to tell me things like, I want a new home, I want a private plane, I want a car, and all these wonderful things. But many of those paradigms were developed based on listening and talking to other people and formulating those decisions based on what they hear in the media or hear at a seminar or hear from their parents or their friends. And when people can really line up with what it is that they truly want, that's when the awareness and the clarity comes that allows them to have whatever they want to flow into their lives. Do that exercise. Decide what it is that you really want on your terms, not on somebody else's terms. That creates the internal vacuum, the internal emptiness, which nature will fill. Yes, this is what I want, number 1. Number 2, I'm very clear about it. Number 3, I'm willing to keep myself in a position of awareness so that when the opportunities are around me that I can recognize them, and then nature will fill me. Then also create an external vacuum. That external vacuum means you have to be willing to circulate money. When money comes into your life, you have to also be willing to let it flow out of your life. Now, I'm not advising that you just spend all the money that comes into your life or that you give it all away or whatever it might be. But it's very important that as money is flowing to you, that you're not afraid to let it go or to release it. When you release it or when you circulate it, do so with gratitude. Do so with a positive intention. Do so because you believe and know that it's going to add great value to the world. And keep that circulation going. Keep the emptiness flowing, and then the circulation of money flows to you. You release money with positive attitude or with positive intentions, more money flows your way. The opposite is also true. Let's say you're in a position of fear or greed or anxiety about money, and you have some money and you've decided to let it go, but you did so with fear, you did so with anxiety, you did so with worry. Well, guess what? That money is going to go into the world and come back into your universe multiplied to the negative. You may accumulate more debt. You may have more fear. You may have less income because there's such an anxiety or energy being poured into that circumstance or situation, it literally can't open the flow to all the wonderful things that you deserve to have in life, including money. So let's go through that again. Create an internal emptiness. Some people use meditation. Some people listen to music. Some people take walks in nature. And through that internal emptiness, you create awareness. And you can decide what it is that you really want in life. Make that decision yours. Once you've created that internally, create an emptiness externally as well. Have a free flow of money into, through, and out of your life. Allow money to circulate freely into your life and give it out freely. Spend it freely. Don't overspend. Don't give all your money away. Don't do any of those things. Just have in your mind that it's natural to have this flow of money coming in and this flow of money going out. And when you're in that state of mind, more and more money will be attracted to you.